the series opener, the Dodgers and the Cubs, the first of 4 tonight after the Dodgers sweep the Colorado Rockies to continue this excellent homestand. 7 of 8 for these Dodgers. Last night's game, like the first 2 in the series, they trailed 1-0. Scratched a run across on a wild pitch and then won the game on what was initially ruled an infield hit for Mookie Betts. It's been changed to fielder's choice. He doesn't care. Either way, it's the game-winning run. The Dodgers sweep that series and now try to keep on rolling against these Cubs as we welcome inside Joe Davis, Orel Hershiser. Kirsten Watson joins us in a moment. Just about everything going right for the Dodgers on this homestand.
Yeah, especially with the pitching and ERA and the homestand at 1.86. You're going to win a lot of games with that. And the offense is getting functioning from different parts of the order other than the top. So this is an exciting time for the Dodgers.
Dodgers send Tony Gonsolin to the mound in this one. And as he's gotten better and better as this year has gone on, you keep waiting like, okay, is he going to come back down to earth at any point? But I mean, his last time out, that might be the best start of his career.
It was fantastic. And you know what? The split finger change 0 for 16 against that. His last 6 starts, they've been 1 for 42 off of that pitch. And his fastball going into this outing is completely different than it has been over the course of the season. It's gone from a liability now to a weapon. And with that and the slider, he is pitching really well.
Justin Verlander got his 11th win of the season earlier today. Gonsolin has a chance to tie him and be first in everything. We check in with Kirsten Watson.
Thanks, guys. Well, when it comes to Tony Gonsolin, there is so much conversation about the All-Star game. Not only how deserving he is to be as a member of the All-Star for the national team, but potentially as a starter. But when we talk to Tony about it, for him, he's focusing on just the starts right now. Today and the next one that's going to be ahead of that All-Star game. While things will time out for him to be in the game, Dave Roberts had said that the biggest thing when it comes to Tony right now is him keeping those blinders on. That is what has been most impressive about him. It's what has allowed him to have that confidence, keep his composure on the mound, and ultimately, Dave believes that is what has led him to his success, just staying in the moment, guys.
All right, Kirsten, he will tonight face the Chicago Cubs, second time in his career seeing them. Faced them last year, and overall this year, well, not good. They're 14 games below 500, but they're playing their best baseball of the year, winning 4 consecutive series.
It's a dangerous young team because you know what? They don't know when they're good and they don't know when they're bad, and they just come at you. And that young athletic team gets on base. They can cause havoc. They're trying to play some good defense behind you. Not a whole lot of slug, and you can beat them, especially when you get them out with runners in scoring position.
Coming off beating Josh Hader in the 9th inning against Milwaukee to take a series from the first place Brewers yesterday. It's the Dodgers and the Cubs on a gorgeous night from Los Angeles. The first of 4 coming up on Sportsnet LA. Met up at Wrigley Field in May. There was a rainout on Friday. They played 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday, and the Dodgers won them all. 20 runs to 3. And they try to keep on rolling behind this man. Tony Gonsolin takes the ball for the Dodgers in the series opener. The lineup that Gonsolin will face off with here in Game 1 looks like this from their manager, the former Dodger David Ross. Rafael Ortega leads off in DHs. The shortstop is Nico Hoerner, having a breakout season, playing short every day for the first time. Ian Happ is in left field. He's having a good year as well. Then it's the rookies, Seiya Suzuki, in right field batting cleanup. Patrick Wisdom continuing to hit a lot of home runs. He's the 3rd baseman and 5-hitter, with Alfonso Rivas, the 1st baseman, out of the 6th spot. Yan Gomes catches. Wilson Contreras, their top player, is a little bit slowed by a hamstring injury. Available off of the bench tonight, but it's Gomes to catch. Christopher Morel in center, and Andrelton Simmons, the 2nd baseman, hits 9. We take a look at stats with Lowe's, and we take a look at Tony Gonsolin through 15 starts this year. He's given up 14 earned runs in those 15 starts, and historically good first half of the season.
He's pitching from another world. It's really amazing what he is doing, and he's doing it so consistently. You talked about the 14 earned runs in 15 starts. That is unheard of, to have a number under your starts. And this arsenal that he's going with, a fastball that now is elite. The splitter has been elite, and it's off the charts, and the slider. The curveball's a rare kind of steal a strike pitch, but the 4 pitches in combination that he can throw in any count has now made him a mystery to the whole league.
Cubs didn't see him back in May, faced him last June, and gave up just a run over 4 innings. Off we go. He misses high with his first pitch to Ortega. Dodgers have won 7 of their last 8 games. They've reached the halfway point of the season at 52-29. Best record in the National League, best record in the division by 6 games over the Padres. The Cubs at 34-48 are a long way out of the playoff picture, but as they build for the future, as they try to learn what they have now, David Ross liking what he's seeing lately, as they've won 8 of their last 12 games. That includes series wins over the Cardinals and the Red Sox, and to begin this road trip, the Brewers.
It's a young, dangerous team playing right now. They're just kind of playing with their hair on fire. They've got a lot of guys that like to get on and run the bases, and play aggressive.
Gonsolin's 1-2 is to the back foot for ball 2. Yeah, they're 10th in home runs. So gone are the days of, Baez and Rizzo and Bryant and those guys crushing the ball, but they're not striking out as much. They're taking more walks, and they're 3rd in the league in on base. On a 2-2, Ortega pops it into shallow center field for Cody Bellinger. And the first out of the night. Well, Tony Gonsolin had a season-high 8 Ks in his last start. If he and the Dodgers get 10 tonight, everybody gets a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow with a purchase of a large drink. That last start, one of the best of Gonsolin's career. 7 2/3 against the Padres. First time in his career he pitched into the 8th inning, gave up just 1 run. I mean, you talk about pounding the zone, Oral. 92 pitches, 73 strikes. Nico Hoerner, ball 1.
He's learned a lot through the year. Even as good as he is pitching, he just continues to get better in different apartments and kind of round off or buff out the rough edges. And definitely the fastball command has been one of those areas of improvement and being more aggressive in the strike zone. Since he broke in at the beginning of his career, he's always had a low batting average against with balls in the zone. It was getting the ball in the zone that was the most difficult thing for him.
Hoerner goes up to get this high fastball, hits it to deep center field, but not deep enough. A pair of flyouts to center field, 2 gone in the first inning. And to hear Tony talk about that dynamic, Oral, it wasn't as much I can't get it in the zone, it was I didn't trust that I could live in the zone.
I think watching guys like Buehler and Kershaw and Julio, you all of a sudden see them live in the zone. You see them grow as young pitchers and start to follow Kershaw's example. He kind of joined in, maybe a little late to the parade, but better late than never, huh?
Ian Happ dumps the first pitch that he sees over Gavin Lux into right field for a 2-out hit. First base runner for the Cubs. Keeps his first inning alive for Seiya Suzuki. Had a great month of April, was the National League Rookie of the Month. Struggled mightily in May, and then he injured his finger. Missed about a month and a half. 3 games since coming back. He's got 2 home runs, and he's knocked in 4.
Longtime star over in Japan and trying to find his legs here, but doing a good job in some large spurts.
Signed a record contract this offseason for a Japanese position player. 5 years, $85 million. So while the Cubs are learning about just about everybody else and how they feel about them as part of their future, this is somebody they're committed to as they try to rebuild.
Been very good against the hard stuff, not as good against the spin.
Which is kind of counterintuitive when you often think about guys coming either from Japan or from the KBO into the big leagues. A lot of times it's can they catch up with fastballs, because the average fastball in Japan is about 90, 94 here. Up at first with 2 gone, Gonsolin home with an 0-1 pitch, taken for ball 1.
It's always been interesting when you hear about scouting reports or guys that are doing really well in the KBO or Japan. And there's always been a little hesitancy, but now so many players have come over and so many pitchers have come over that I think scouts are getting more and more confident. I think that's why we're seeing the size of this deal. It's hard to say, you know, I've seen this guy, I've watched him. Well, what against what competition? Well, against this, but you know, and it's a little weaker in this area, a little stronger in this area. Do you think we can trust him? Well, it was about just signing the guy at first or investing for a year or two. Now getting to the point where you can turn to the owner and your leadership group and say, I think this is worth a long-term deal.
Based on seeing how the game is translated with, like you said, more and more guys making that jump. There goes Happ. Gonsolin spots him and ends the inning. Well, the Cubs aggressive on the base paths. Happ runs into an out here. And so it'll be Suzuki at the plate to open the second inning as Gonsolin faces the minimum.
Gonsolin steps off, goes to the inside move. Happ tries to get him and time him, but Tony, listening to the voices and seeing Will's hand signal, does the perfect turn. Doesn't turn and throw to second. He just steps off, and then that's an awkward throw, but an accurate one.
And a National League worst 33rd out made on the bases this year by the aggressive Cubs offense. Here comes Dave Roberts' lineup in this one. Betts is headed up there to lead off, and then Trey Turner at short and Freddie Freeman at first. Per usual, Will Smith back in doing the catching. Muncy's at third. Justin Turner DHs. Cody Bellinger coming off a 3-hit game out of the 7 spot. Trace Thompson had a big series against the Rockies, and Gavin Lux bats ninth and starts at second base. This is 31-year-old Mark Leiter Jr., who's been back and forth between the majors and AAA and between the pen and the rotation. He was in the bullpen as recently as this past weekend. And in Saturday's game against the Red Sox, Alec Mills left the game in the first inning, so they called on Leiter. Here we go, buddy. Quick work. He wound up going 5 1/3. As Betts greets him with a high drive to deep left center field. Gone. Mookie Betts, a leadoff home run. Well, the guy who ended last night's game begins this one.
Four-seam fastball, first pitch for a ball, four-seam fastball for a strike. Mookie doesn't miss it. Batter ahead. Leiter Jr. has a lot of trouble. League hits over 300 against him in hitters counts.
Strike on Trey Turner. 4th leadoff home run this season for Mookie Betts. 19th overall to lead the club by 6 home runs, even though he missed those 15 games. 1 ball, 1 strike on Turner. We get another look at Betts' homer.
Fastball pretty much straight as a string. Good location on the outer half, but Mookie loves to extend his arm and still pulls it with power.
Tied. Turner up 1-2. The Dodgers over the last month or so, Oral, have not walked as much. They've not hit close to as well with runners in scoring position, so they become a little bit more home run dependent. Thankfully, they've been hitting a bunch of them lately. Turner serves one into right center field. That splits the gap. Double for Betts, or homer for Betts, double for Turner. And quite a start for the Dodgers against Leiter.
When you go to bed the night before and you're going to pitch against the Dodgers, these first 4 hitters, they can give you nightmares on how to relax and go into a start. You better leave the bullpen ready to go, because Mookie Betts, Trey Turner, Freddie Freeman, and then Will Smith, they're going to put it on you if you are not accurate and locked in.
We were talking during the pregame show about how things flip-flopped, and during the Rockies series, it was all about the bottom of the order. Top of the order says, we're still here. Strike 1 on Freddie Freeman. So the Dodgers all swept the Rockies, even though Betts, Turner, Freeman, and Smith combined to go 6 for 42. That's a really good thing. 0-2.
Justin Turner, the best hitter in baseball over the last 3-4 weeks. I mean, unbelievable homestand he's having, hitting over 550. Mookie Betts at the top, you know, getting it done, but not relatively in an unbelievable place. Max Muncy starting to come out, getting more slug. And Cody Bellinger really chimed in at the end of last game yesterday.
I think especially those guys who for most of the year have struggled. You mentioned Turner the last month, #1 average in baseball. So he's kind of, it feels like there. But then Muncy is taking some turns looking like old Muncy. Last night it was Bellinger with the 3 hits.
Well, that smile right there, you just start to feel like part of the team instead of consumed with yourself.
On a 1-2, Freeman fouls it off himself. Looked like with a wince there.
When the bottom of the order starts to hit, it's going to feel like a gauntlet you have to go through. Opposing pitchers with this lineup, with the resumes, and if they reach the potential of the back of their baseball cards, they're going to score an awful lot of runs and give an awful lot of headaches to opposing managers.
Turner at second, 1-2 to the plate. Freddie Freeman waits on a breaking ball, swats it up the middle. Corner waits on it, and gets Freeman. So Mark Leiter Jr. gets his first out of the game. His dad, former big leaguer Mark Leiter, his uncle Al Leiter, and his cousin was the 2nd overall pick of the draft last year, Jack Leiter out of Vanderbilt, pitching in the Rangers minor league system. The Mark Jr. had a little bit more of a circuitous route to get to the big leagues and then get back to the big leagues. In fact, this is the first time he's pitched in the majors here this year in 4 years. Runner at second, 1 away for Will Smith. Jumps on the first one and pops it up. Simmons, 2 gone. So Leiter got to the majors with the Phillies and actually debuted in this ballpark in 2017. Pitched in 47 games for the Phillies and then for the Blue Jays 2017 and 18, mostly out of the bullpen. 5.5 ERA, and then he has Tommy John surgery, and he's already in his late 20s, so it's looking like, man, oh man, I might never get back. Last year, the only thing there for him was a minor league contract with the Tigers. Okay, I'll sign that, and the Tigers, there should be an opening at the big league level at some point. Well, he didn't get to crack the majors last year, just AA and AAA in the Tigers system for a full year. It's a ball on Max Muncy. And finally getting a chance back in the big leagues with the Cubs here 4 years after his last appearance.
Some good encouragement in that family to tell him how much of a grind it really is, not only to get there, get back, and then also to what it takes to stay.
It's his first start here for the Cubs since April.
His 2-seam fastball is his best fastball of the 2, that and the 4-seamer. His changeup is his best pitch as far as getting hitters out, and his cutter gets a lot of swings and misses.
That is a curveball. And the changeup, not just his best pitch roll, but statistically one of the best in baseball.
This is the kind of guy that other clubs are probably going to look at in the offseason if all of a sudden he doesn't become a bona fide Cub and say, you know what, there's something here that we might be able to make him throw less pitches and more of something else, especially that changeup, and have something.
Yeah, he seems like a great case study, and nobody captures those things better than it seems like the Dodgers. They find a guy that has one exceptional pitch, doesn't throw it enough. They get him and say throw it more. And we just saw the changeup, even though the league's 1 for 33 against it, he only throws it about 15% of the time.
Throw it about 30 to 39% like Tony Gonsolin.
Upstairs to Muncy, 2-2.
You might tell him that if you ever throw a four-seam fastball, it's always going to be a ball above the top of the strike zone. If you need a fastball strike, it's going to be your two-seamer. Your changeup is going to be one of your #1 out pitches, and then we're going to look at the slider, the cutter, and the curveball and decide what else of those three. One of them we're going to let you throw.
There is a changeup to get Muncy and end the inning, but a leadoff home run from Mookie Betts, who's got a hit in all 5 games since coming off of the injured list, including a couple of long balls. And after 1-0 Dodgers.
July 18th to crush home runs out of Dodger Stadium in the 2020 T-Mobile Home Run Derby. Get your tickets today at allstargame.com.
Be the first time Dodger Stadium hosts the Home Run Derby.
It's hard for an ex-pitcher to read that, but it's okay. It's all off of BP pitchers, people that they select to kind of make sure you hit my bat. This is exactly where I want the ball.
Suzuki was up there when the first inning ended with Ian Happ getting caught trying to steal. Gonsolin's 0-1 pitch. Catches a generous outside corner from Jose Navas. So quickly 0-2. And you get an early lead for a guy who's given up 14 runs in 15 games. Bouncing ball, Max Muncy. 1 gone in the second.
15 pitches into the outing, and we finally break out the split, Tony. It's your best pitch, buddy.
San Diego went 0 for 16 against it. And since the start of June, opponents are now 1 for 43 against his splitter.
Unheard of, like almost all of his statistics this year. He is writing a new high bar for himself and for baseball so far.
Patrick Wisdom with 1 away. Takes ball 1. And he asked the question, okay, is it sustainable? And it's kind of a complicated question because unless he's Bob Gibson, no. But it doesn't have to be close to sustainable for him to still be one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. Fly ball right center. Betts calling off Bellinger and saying, stay away, stay back. Got it. 2 out.
I think Cody has learned. No, I think Mookie has learned. Stay back. My ribs are healthy. Stay back.
Two quick outs in the second inning, and up comes Rivas. Strike 1.
Tony going for win number 11 to tie Justin Verlander in that category, who got that 11th win this afternoon. I'll tell you what, he could have an ERA the rest of the year 3.2 to 3.5 and still end up with a 2.4 ERA.
That's what I'm saying.
And win 23 games and win a Cy Young. So he doesn't have to be Tony Gonsolin first half pre-All-Star game in the second half to still have a magnificent season.
Ahead 1-2. Is Tony Gonsolin All-Star caliber sustainable? Yeah. But he to this point through 15 starts is a notch even above that. Historically good. He fires 0-2. And especially here. 43 innings and he's given up 4 runs. The only guy with a better home ERA over the last 100 years, Sandy Koufax, Dodger Stadium, 1964. 2-2. Full count.
Two outs, 3-2 count, only 22 pitches. So efficient. Huge pitch right here to really be at that stellar pace.
Got him. Perfectly located up fastball to finish off an 11-pitch second. Hitter in baseball, and some people might have been like, yeah, he's been good, but statistical proof, 390 over the last few weeks. Back to June 18th, #1 in the majors. So he's getting his hits, but he's also slugging. On base plus slugging. The only guy in the National League with a higher OPS in that time is Juan Soto.
And different kinds of hits with different kinds of trajectory off of different pitches. So that gives me a lot of confidence that he is back to his old style.
Mark Leiter Jr. back to the mound. He misses away. Ball 1 on Turner. Turner 7 for 12 in the 3 games against the Rockies. On a 1-1 from Leiter, Turner yanks it foul, 1-2.
Leiter hasn't decided on which pitch he likes best for what situation. He's thrown all 5 of his pitches. More fastballs than anything. Only a few sinkers, which is the better of the 2 fastballs. A lot of curveballs, changeups, and sliders.
Here's 1-2 pitch, left up, swatted to right. Suzuki makes the play.
I know it's an out, but that is a ball flight and a position that Justin Turner is in a good place when this happens. Sometimes he hits it a little harder and gets it down the line for a double. Other times a little softer and it kind of slices away, and it's just kind of his serve to right field for a single.
Well, it goes back to that drill we were talking about last night, right? The Manny Ramirez drill, where the focus is on making sure that the barrel stays behind your hands in the swing, so you have a longer time where you can hit balls like that. If the barrel's way out ahead, if you're colliding with a ball in front, you're not hitting it on a line over there. A strike on Bellinger.
Got some fresh hair working too. Average goes up. Best hitter in baseball over the last month. Styling.
Bellinger trying to build on last night's performance. Went into the game last night 3 for his last 25 and proceeded to get 3 hits and score both runs for the Dodgers. Both of them pretty unconventionally.
When he scored on that pitch that got away, that was a really good read. You saw a little hesitation, but that's because the ball is leaving the catcher in the same exact line as you are running, and so it's hard to tell the distance it's getting away. But the second read, he got it right.
He said it wasn't clear to him, but he figured at that stage a worthwhile gamble. So he put the pedal to the metal and took off. And showed some of the speed that he's been able to display throughout his career when he's healthy. Did that with another stolen base last night as well. On a 2-2 from Leiter, Bellinger swings and misses, 2 out.
The backdoor cutter. It's his best swing and miss pitch. The 2-seamer and the changeup get some weak contact. The cutter gets some swings and misses.
Trace Thompson's been a key component as the bottom of the order has been good lately. And the series against the Rockies had the game-winning home run on Monday night. And then drove home some insurance on Tuesday night. Been kind of an RBI machine in his time with LA.
They're getting to be like Freddie Freeman when he's at his best with men on. But Trace has done a nice job of not trying to do too much. This is a guy getting another shot. Sometimes you'll see some overswinging. He's passed the baton still, though. Hasn't forced the issue and gotten some big clutch hits.
Thompson played a little bit with the Cubs last year. Spent most of last season in the minors with the Cubs and had a really good year. Then he got called up in September. Some of the things that he'd been working on in AAA, he saw actually translate to the major league level. OPS above 1,100 in those 15 games in September. 2-2. There's that experience with the Cubs that he said kind of buoyed him this offseason as he was getting ready to try and find a new team. Trace is 31 years old now, and he says, I'm at the stage where I love it, but I'm probably past wanting to just try and figure it out in AAA, from one AAA site to another. If I'm going to do this, I want it to be at the big league level. And of course, everybody does. He's at a stage of his career where he feels like he needs to be here. Corks one down the line, over Wisdom into the corner. And he's certainly justifying his place in the majors these days. 2-out double, Trace Thompson.
Well, he got to this pitch and this double because he took a changeup. They tried to speed him up twice with fastballs in and then went to the changeup thinking they're going to get him out. He took it with good discipline, made him throw another fastball, this one out away from him, and then he can extend those great long arms. Getting it done by building counts and not being too aggressive until it's time to swing.
Second inning still going. Here's Gavin Lux, 9-hitter for the Dodgers. Another good stretch going for him. Takes ball one. Back to the beginning of June. He is third in the National League, hitting .340.
Short and quick to the ball. Not always a full swing, but if he gets in the 2-0, 2-1, 3-1 counts, he'll open it up a little bit. But most of his approaches and swings are short and tight, looking for gaps.
On a 1-0 from Leiter, Lux turns on a ball down the line. There's some slug, a tunnel slug. Wow! 2-run home run, Gavin Lux.
What great recognition of a breaking ball with a little hesitation with the hands at the back. You just see the foot go down, and then you see slight hesitation, and then he just launches it. He read the spin, saw the break, put the barrel on it.
And he sacrificed that kind of swing, right? In order to hit what he's hitting. In order to hit .295, he said, I'm going to get on base. I'm going to put the bat to the ball. Betts, who started the game with a homer, takes ball one. But he feels like he now has established that as a foundation. That is who he's become. The ability to put the bat on the ball. That's there. And now he looks to layer the power back in.
When you pull a ball in the air, it's going to always look like you kind of opened up your swing because you're at the end of the swing and the extension is there. But that's still the same approach as when he hits a line drive down the left field line or in the left center gap, because that swing is not completely finished and you kind of cut it off and just place the ball and hit it hard. But that was some kind of swing and some kind of approach, and he got the full results.
Leiter to Betts, 1-2. Mookie pops it up. Rivas in foul ground makes the play and ends the inning. The back-to-back two-out hits. Back-to-back two-out hits from the bottom of the order. Double from Thompson. Blast from Lux. 3-0 to the third.
It's time.
Shakey's Pizza is celebrating our educators with the 2022 Spectrum Sports Educator Sweepstakes. 8 lucky winners will receive a $50 gift certificate from Shakey's Pizza, plus a teaching kit. Enter online at spectrumeducator.com for your chance to win.
Dodgers up 3-0 and a pair of home runs. Tony Gonsolin misses upstairs to Yan Gomes. Cubs have brought the minimum to the plate through 2 innings. They got a base hit from Ian Happ in the first, but he was caught trying to nab second. And now the catcher Gomes lifting a ball to left field that sends Trace Thompson drifting back with room. We talk about how there's some young, exciting players on these Cubs, and one of them is coming up here, and Christopher Morel. 23 years old, out of the Dominican Republic. He's never been a huge prospect. Got his chance in mid-May. Hit a home run on his first at-bat after he called his shot, by the way, to Wilson Contreras earlier in the day. And opened his career with a 23-game on-base streak. It's the longest career opening on-base streak in Cubs history. And not just the performance, but a big burst of energy and personality, and has had a big hand in the Cubs playing a lot better lately. Down the left field line, foul. Certainly on them being much more watchable, fun to watch. There's some flair to this now, and Morel has a big hand in that. And an 0-2 hole.
He has shown that he can hit the fastball. Has a little bit more trouble with the spin. He was very, very hot. Since the middle of June, though, a little bit more swing and miss. Not hitting the ball quite as hard, but still looks very dangerous in the box. You can tell already, though, you're not going to have no trouble being entertained by this young man.
Yeah, no doubt. Fun guy to watch. Base is empty, 1 out. 2-2. Off the end of the bat to first. Freeman will get him. Morel, one of the fastest players in the majors. So Freeman didn't have any time to waste. Got over there. 2 gone in this third.
Freddie Freeman showing off some subtle skills with just a routine grounder there. He rounds this ball and makes sure he's got momentum when he catches. See him stay to the right of that baseball so he knows he can catch it moving towards first. If you catch that still and flat-footed, you end up, oh, should I flip it? Can I really get there? But he played that very well.
His old Atlanta teammate, Andrelton Simmons. These two guys came up around the same time and were kind of like equals in that they were star young players. The careers have diverged since then. Simmons, of course, going to the Angels, where he had some good seasons, but then dealt with injuries. Takes a strike, 1-1. 32 years old. He's in his 11th year. Another injury this year, shoulder issue, missed the first month. There weren't too many guys that were worth paying money more than him to watch him play defensively in his prime. Four Gold Gloves.
Yeah, just so much fun to watch and gets to so many baseballs.
Easy playing left for Thompson. That is another 11-pitch inning for Tony Gonsolin. He's up 3-0. He's enjoyed watching a couple home runs. One from Mookie Betts, one from Gavin Lux. Yeah, we go to the bottom of the third inning. Here's Trey Turner. The Dodgers, after scoring just those 2 runs last night, 3 runs over the first 2 innings here. Mark Leiter Jr. comes home, and Turner takes strike 1. Doubled his first time. Latest check of the polls, it's a dead heat between Trey Turner and Dansby Swanson to start his short.
Let's go, Dodger fans. Let's go, Trey Turner fans. He and Mookie Betts need your support. Vote today and then vote tomorrow morning until 11 a.m. You got 2 votes left that you can cast for both of them. The final week of the 2022 Chevrolet MLB All-Star Ballot is here, and Mookie Betts and Trey Turner, who we just mentioned, are among the finalists. Mookie's near the top, Trey in a one-on-one battle. The vote for the starters. Go to MLB.com/vote.
Morel came in at first, now goes back, keeps going back, and makes the play on the track. Things flying tonight, isn't it, partner?
It is. It's moving the big flags. Right center breeze. And I think that's why he misread it a little bit. Off the bat and the sound and the swing, he said in. And then he forgot a little bit about the wind. And that is a breeze out there.
Freddie Freeman. One. One and two. Slaps it to short. Down to the knee to get it Simmons. 2 up, 2 down. And a word from Jack in the Box.
My $5.99 double bacon cheesy jack combo with double the bacon and double the cheese. Order on the Jack app today.
16, Will Smith.
Up comes Will Smith. Soft stuff, strike one. Will, over the first couple months of the year, wasn't hitting fastballs, which was shocking because he's crushed fastballs throughout his career. He figured he'd get back to it, and he has. 400 against hard stuff over the last month. So Leiter stays away from it. First 2 pitches and gets ahead 0-2.
You're getting used sporadically. You're battling to stay in the big leagues, get a significant role, do a great job coming in relief after 2 batters in the game in your last game, and throw 5 1/3 and feeling good about yourself. And now you got to go into Dodger Stadium and face this lineup. You take 1 step, you're going up some flight of stairs, and somebody says to you, you know, the next step, you can't just take 1. You gotta jump up like 4. Like, really? Like, I just want to go up these steps 1 step at a time.
After getting ahead 0-2, counts now full.
Oh yeah, and they just swept their last team, and they're 6-1 on this homestand, and they came into this homestand a game and a half up on the Padres, and now they're 6 up on them, and they're starting to feel good about their whole lineup.
3-2. Backhand at third by Patrick Wisdom. He gets Smith. It's a good player over at the hot corner, and Wisdom finishes off a 1-2-3 third inning for Leiter. About right before game time. Mike Brito, the legendary Mike Brito, passed away today at the age of 87. Even if you don't know the name Mike Brito, if you don't know his story, you probably look at this picture and say, I know that guy. Always in his hat, usually had the cigar. The guy, though, a legendary scout. Legendary scout, one of the all-time greats in this sport. And one of the great people who is still often around Dodger Stadium. And we will all miss seeing Mike around.
He has signed some greats, and he was right behind home plate with the radar gun, the hat, Cuban cigar in his mouth, writing his scouting reports and charting all the pitches. Fernando Valenzuela, of course, one of the greats that he signed and convinced Al Campanis to sign. Bobby Castillo was his first signer. And then you go with Yasiel Puig, Ishmael Valdez, Osuna, Juan Castro, Dennis Reyes. Responsible for so many great big league ball players. And a baseball lifer, was a minor leaguer that didn't make it, but turned scout. Was a fantastic man.
Top of the order for the Cubs, Rafael Ortega swings and misses at Tony Gonsolin's first pitch.
He moved from behind home plate to up on our level here, and we'd always see him in the dining room eating, and as an advisor always would have dinner with Fernando and others, and we would stop by and chat. He wore all of his championship rings at the same time. So he was just full of bling and class.
Now, before Mike was a Dodger scout, he was a Mexican League scout. Before he was a Mexican League scout, he was a player himself. Minor league catcher. Ortega pops this one up. Will Smith can't find it. It didn't matter. That's right near Mr. Brito's old seats. But he retires from his playing career when he starts his time as a scout in the Mexican League. And he says, like, I kind of miss playing, so I'm going to get back into it. And he made it a habit to play in amateur leagues, adult leagues around L.A. Well, one weekend game in East Los Angeles, he's up there with a 3-2 count. And the guy strikes him out with a screwball. He said fooled him so bad he almost broke his back. And he thinks to himself, all right, I got to get this guy for my Mexican League squad. Bobby Castillo was the pitcher in the adult league that almost broke his back with a screwball. So he gets Bobby Castillo a job with the Mexican League team. A couple years later, he gets him to the Dodgers. There's a splitter to get Ortega looking. One gone in the fourth. And then, of course, as you mentioned, a couple years after that, he discovers Fernando. Fernando struggles in A-ball. And Mike Brito gets this idea, that Castillo guy who almost broke my back with a screwball. I'm going to have him teach Fernando that pitch. Within a week, he pretty much had it dialed down. So Mike Brito has said, you know, you look back, if I hadn't faced Bobby Castillo in that adult league game, Dodgers never would have discovered Bobby Castillo. The Dodgers never discovered Bobby Castillo. Fernando Valenzuela never learns his screwball. And if Fernando never learns his screwball, Fernando's not Fernando. But it all started with Mike Brito. 2-0 on Nico Hoerner.
He had a great sense of humor. Always would talk baseball, but always had some baseball humor. I always used to kid him that like in the minor leagues, I threw harder than Fernando, but I got here to the big leagues with your radar gun, and now Fernando's throwing harder than me. I mean, does that have anything to do with you got a little favoritism because you signed him? Oh, no, you had good location, good movement, but Fernando threw harder. I'm like, come on, Mike. And this joke ran for years. We've been doing this joke for 30 years.
Hoerner slaps one through the right side, base hit. First base runner for the Cubs against Gonsolin since the first inning. You know, Mike always had a smile. It didn't matter if he was sitting there in the food room like you mentioned, eating, if he was meeting a fan, if he was down doing his job. He always had that smile on his face. Loved what he was doing.
I never heard him not like a player, too. You always had confidence going up to him no matter when, how well you were doing, and asking him some advice or, hey, what do you see back there? What can I change? And he always was so positive. Oh, no, you know, he'd say, oh, no, you're fine. You know, just a little better location. Your stuff is really good. He's always was building you up. He never really broke you down and got critical, and you felt like, I knew I was struggling, but not that bad. It's like, oh, no, he was so positive.
He and Happ. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know who else is like that is Manny Mota. Both very encouraging with anything when you talk baseball or you need advice.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
Manny always says.
Yep.
Here's a 1-1. Happ takes a curve low. He tried to at least, but he went around, and it's 1-2.
And both Mike and Manny were very instrumental in, you know, helping the Latino players feel comfortable here in LA as far as finding places to live or giving advice on the baseball culture of the big leagues and, you know, the road trips, being around. Just huge parts other than just the baseball part.
Sharply hit to second. Lux is there. Double clutched. Not in time. Turner off of the bag, says second base umpire Jordan Baker.
Well, Gavin showing you what he had trouble with. He had trouble getting it out of the glove. He had great footwork. He spun correctly. It just was the grip on the baseball that was uncomfortable that made him try again. You see the footwork with the drop step to the outfield. Positioned correctly, but the ball just was not in his hand in a comfortable way. And then he had to kind of push it over there wide.
Looks like the Dodgers might challenge this.
It's an easy one for the review system to say, hey, let's take a look at it quickly, and they made a quick decision. Foot on the bag, ball in the glove, yes or no?
Los Angeles is challenging the safe call at second base.
Foot's on the bag, foot's on the bag. When's the ball arrive? I think he might be out. The foot starts to move off the bag, but the toe is dragging across the bag as the ball looks like it hits leather. Ball's in the glove, foot's on the bag. That looks like enough evidence to overturn it.
Dodgers are 28th out of the 30 teams in success rate, getting calls overturned.
Their rate should get better right here.
Fingers crossed. 7 out of 21 so far. Number 1, Buck Showalter has successfully gotten 17 of 22.
The call on the field is overturned.
Hey!
The runner is out. LA will keep their challenge.
Well, you had trouble getting it out of your glove, but Trey Turner did a good job keeping it in his glove with his foot on the bag for you, Gavin.
And the initial ruling there was fielder's choice E4, so you can get rid of the E4.
So now he has the 2-run homer and a nice play to get the out at second.
Nice fielder's choice. Dodgers 3, Cubs nothing. 2 gone for Seiya Suzuki.
Dodgers hadn't made an error in 10 games going into last night when Cody threw it away at third base, and Dodgers had to come back from that error, but did, and Cody was part of the offense that came back.
Suzuki swats the first one that he sees to Mookie Betts and right, and that'll do it for the top of the 4th. 3-0 Dodgers, and got another Dodger in the sky.
Bobblehead night presented by Jacoby and Myers at Dodger Stadium. So be one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance on Thursday, July 21st, when the Dodgers take on the Giants. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions or scan the QR code on the screen now.
All right, Kirsten, Dodgers up 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Max Muncy leads off and fouls off Mark Leiter Jr.'s first pitch. Dodgers got a leadoff home run from Mookie Betts in the 1st inning, and then a 2-out home run from Gavin Lux in the 2nd. Leiter settled in, pitched his first clean inning last inning.
Home runs always sit together.
That's right. It's a club.
Yep. You other guys can come join us if you hit one over the wall.
Got to have a membership card.
Yep. Can't get in without a home run. What'd you hit? Oh, I hit this. See, look at this swing. It's a good swing.
What'd you hit? Home run. What'd you hit? Home run.
Mookie hit a fastball. Gavin hit a breaking ball.
Muncy down on strikes, 3 of them for Leiter. Twice it's been Muncy.
Leiter has shown flashes with certain pitches that could be very effective, and it's really more about the consistency. Once you get to Double-A, you have enough ability to pitch in the big leagues. It's really about consistency. And then Triple-A, you get a little bit more consistent because the hitters are better, the ballparks are a little tougher. And then you get to the big leagues and you got to be even more consistent.
31-year-old out of New Jersey comes home to Justin Turner. Ball 1. Turner lined out his first time. Then a 1-0 pitch, waits on a breaker and pulls it foul. Look out, Dino.
Dino very good at long distance running every day. Still got the quickness, though, for the quick first step.
Yeah. Still crushing oatmeal. Still putting oatmeal, keeping oatmeal in business.
He could fill his helmet with oatmeal and still eat it all.
High fly ball, deep center field. Morel to the track, turns and watches it go. Justin Turner to the big part of the yard. 3rd Dodger home run of the game. Eighth overall, 4th one in his last 8 games.
His 45th RBI of the year. He drives in himself. Lift and separate. Well, we've seen him hit one into the home run seats and ruin some nachos. Looked like he ruined a drink right there.
Oh, poor helmet. We can get him another one. We got that power. Hey, that home run almost exactly to the spot where Justin Turner hit his walk-off home run against the Cubs. Game 2 of the National League Championship Series in 2017. 1 ball, no strikes on Bellinger.
He went through a hat, bent the cloth hat, and then threw the helmet.
Man.
Explosion.
Big old breaker, 71, Ephus territory. Set it up between Danny Lehman, Robert Van Scoyoc.
They must be printing his home run membership card because he's not quite with Gavin and Mookie yet.
Yeah. Full count. I guess when you smile like Freddie, you don't need the membership card.
Things are going good. 6-1 on the homestand. Smiles. 3 home runs. Up 4-0. best pitcher in baseball on the mound.
Dodger life is good. You're talking about the lead over the Padres going to 6 games. They start a series tonight with the Giants. 2 struggling teams meeting up there. Giants have lost 10 of their last 13. Padres have lost 8 of their last 10. Logan Webb against Joe Musgrove tonight. It's 1-0 Padres through 4. Giants don't have a hit against Musgrove. Bellinger down swinging, 2 gone in the 4th.
Well, the Padres play the National League West between now and the All-Star game. They're going to face Colorado, Arizona. They've got the Giants now.
Number 25, Trace Thompson.
Going to gain ground on somebody if the Dodgers keep winning.
Trace Thompson doubled his first time. Take strike 1.
Last at bat, they pounded him in like this, and then they tried to get him on a changeup, which he had a good take, and then he hit a mistake fastball for the double.
High fly ball, deep left field, hop to the track, hop to the wall to make the catch. Just got under it. That close to the 4th home run of the game. There's the 3rd. That man caught it sort of through a hat, through a helmet, through his hand, and then he picked it up. 4-0 after 4. By your Southern California Toyota dealers. Been a fun one so far. You could say that about this game. You could say that about this homestand. Dodgers 6-1 in the homestand, leading game 1 against the Cubs 4-0. Great night to capture the moment. Bye. Patrick Wisdom leads off the Cubs half of the 5th inning. Tony Gonsolin fires and misses high. So far, more the same from the one they call the Catman. Got a chase, and it's 2-1.
These Dodger starting pitchers are doing an amazing job here in this homestand. You think that Mitch White has gotten 2 starts, Ryan Pepiot has gotten 1, and then the regulars that we look at now, like Gonsolin and Kershaw.
Wisdom pops this one into shallow center field for Gavin Lux.
Anybody catching the ball near center field is waving their arms very briskly now with Cody Bellinger out there. I think Gavin just picked up on what Mookie was doing. They're going to let Cody know they got it.
You don't blame him, do you? Here's Alfonso Rivas. Pulls the first one through the right side, base hit. 3rd hit of the game for the Cubs, all of them singles, and scattered through these 5 innings.
There were 3 fielders on that side, but he put it through the narrowest of gaps there between Freddie and Gavin.
Runner first one away for Yan Gomes, who was born to one of the top swimmers in the country of Brazil. That was his mom. His dad was a tennis pro. Soccer was the big sport when he was growing up, as it is mostly in Brazil. Family moved to Miami when he was 12, and he grew up to become the first big leaguer from Brazil. "34 years old. He's been in the majors for 11 seasons. Swings and misses. Had a good slider from Gonsolin, 0-2. Out of the career was with Cleveland. Won a world championship with the Nationals in 2019. High fly ball down the line, foul.
Think about all the things that he must have had to fight through to become a big league baseball player. But I think about his youth. Like, you're choosing baseball,
Yeah.
you'd be the odd man out. You know, it's kind of like Eddie Alvarez choosing skating down in Miami.
Right.
You know, so it's not only have the ability, but, you know, less reps, less people encouraging you, probably less coaching, less competition. And still saying, you know what, I love this. This is what I want to continue to try and do, and then make it.
And with him, it's like, okay, so first of all, what do you mean you're not going to play soccer?
Exactly.
Okay, so you must be then playing mom's. You're going to swim like mom? I understand.
Yeah.
No? Okay, so you're going to play tennis like dad? No. What are you going to do?
Right.
I'm going to play baseball.
Here in the U.S., that would be the choice that everybody might support.
In Brazil,
maybe not.
Nobody had ever done it. Nobody had ever made it to the majors. And Yan Gomes made it his personal dream. He's got a man at first with one away. Another 1-2 pitch, and it's a filthy splitter. Ugh.
On a night we remember Mike Brito, Bobby Castillo's screwball, Fernando Valenzuela learning it. Tony Gonsolin's split change acts like a screwball. Split finger change with screwball action.
With two gone, it's Morel, and ball one. Healthy rip at a high fastball. Tony Gonsolin continues to use that fastball more than usual. On the season, 37%. Tonight, over 50%. It's been somewhat of a trend the last month or so, throwing that pitch more and more.
He's got more chases than any other pitch tonight. That and the curveball.
Pops 94 there.
Changeup has brought him a couple of strikeouts, and the fastball has brought him one.
His 3-1 pitch is swung on and missed.
High cheese to a young man that has hit the fastball the best, but in a 3-1 count decides to challenge him. And so when you default to the fastball because of the count, maybe, then you go to the location you think is the best chance to get him out. It looks like they think the one that's elevated is the best chance.
There goes Rivas. Here's a 3-2 that's golfed to deep left field, hooking for the pole. Gone. Christopher Morel with a 2-run home run. Cubs on the board, and the deficit cut in half. It's 4-2.
As I watched this at bat, I got little flashes of Javi Baez. Not quite as flashy, but looks like he could end up being just as exciting to watch. And that changeup, he stayed on it. It was up slightly. It was one of those 3-2 strike changeups, not a put-away changeup. And don't throw him one easy that kind of hangs there. He's got the pop. And he made Tony pay.
You don't even have to squint to see that, do you? The Javi Baez thing with him wearing a Cubs uniform, and I mean, different elements of his game and the life to the personality.
Javi's got more gyrations in the batter's box before the pitcher even winds up with all the hands and the motions, but that young man's got some very quick hips, strong hands, and a lot of energy and facial expressions.
Hit one in his first at bat as a big leaguer. That is his 8th one since. 9 total for the rookie Morel. 1 ball, 1 strike on the 9-hitter, Andrelton Simmons. This, by the way, the most runs that a starter has allowed on this homestand. 1-2.
When you're going through a rebuild and you're looking at your young players, it's kind of like wet cement. You're not so sure how quick it's going to harden, and is it really going to be a foundational piece. But that youngster that just hit that ball, that cement is firming up quickly.
Gonsolin to Simmons with a 1-2. It's a breaker that's rolled along third. Gonsolin's there, chucks it down, and gets help from Freeman. What a pick by Freddie Freeman to finish off the top of the 5th inning.
He gets off the mound like the bazooka. Another great athlete that's a pitcher, and he does get him with the sweet hands of Freddie Freeman.
Couple home runs from Mookie Betts and Gavin Lux. Betts was in the first. Gavin Lux was in the second. Yeah, these two guys are coming up to hit in this 5th inning. It's Lux, Betts, and Trey Turner. Mark Leiter Jr. stays in there and gets strike 1 on Lux, who absolutely crushed his home run. Traveled 412 feet. 3rd home run of the season for him, and would you believe that all 3 have been at least 412 feet? So when he's deciding to cut it loose, when he is hitting for power, it is not scraping the wall, getting it out by a bunch.
He did launch this ball, gets the head out, and boy, that was some bat speed and very stylish coming out of the box there. He knew it was gone as soon as he hit it.
Bouncing ball back to Leiter. 1 away in the 5th.
There's that changeup. Boy, if I was his pitching coach, I'd be telling him to throw that a little bit more often.
Mark Leiter, meet Tyler Anderson. We'd like you guys to just chat. Tyler Anderson, by the way, set to start tomorrow's game for the Dodgers. Usage on that changeup up tonight. About a quarter of the time for Leiter.
I like it there or higher for sure.
His first pitch to Betts. Hit him.
It's not going to play well on the Dodger bench.
Collective sigh of relief seeing him stay in after what had to be a collective curse from Dodger fans everywhere, and certainly out of that Dodger dugout.
It looked like from the mound that Mark Leiter was trying to apologize to him, but Mookie never looked up at him. But Mark was staring at him, but not with like what's going on kind of stare, antagonistic, just kind of a I want to catch your eye and say, are you okay?
Betts on. Trey Turner up. Runaway beach ball. Still 1-0 Padres. 5th inning in San Diego. Giants without a hit through 5 innings against Joe Musgrove. The bigger story though out of San Diego, Jurickson Profar in a collision with C.J. Abrams took a knee to the head. Twice tried to walk off the field under his own power. The second time he collapsed, and Padres called for the medical cart. Eventually he went off of the field wearing a neck brace. So pass along more information as we get it on Profar. But scary stuff going on. Efros and Rucker. Betts at first, one gone, bottom of the 5th, and another 0-2 coming from Leiter to Turner. Leaves it upstairs, ball 1. Two and two.
Both shortstops in the finalist voting, Trey Turner and Dansby Swanson, both going to be free agents. A little extra incentive to win the vote. Look a little better on the resume.
These guys are both going to sign handsome deals. On a 2-2, that's in the dirt, ball 3. You could see Trey Turner's big contract coming. Dansby Swanson, see it coming more and more the last few years, and this year better than the rest. Trey, 29 years of age, in his 8th year with time in the majors. 5th as an everyday guy. 2nd in LA. Falling behind 0-2, he's worked it full. There goes Betts on a 3-2 that Turner pulls down the line foul.
Tony Gonsolin got burned on a 3-2 changeup that kind of was just a normal strike changeup right there. Leiter tried to throw Trey Turner just a normal 3-2 changeup and left it up and almost got burned by it.
Eighth pitch of the at-bat will come after a throw over. Mark Leiter Jr. in his first start since April. First time in the majors in 4 years here in 2022. By far a season high, these 81 pitches. There goes Betts again. Turner pulls it to short. That's caught on a line. And that is the inning. Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Nothing but home runs in this game. 4-2, Dodgers in front. Now out of the sixth inning, Mark Leiter Jr. gave up 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth on 3 homers. Strike 1 on the leadoff man Rafael Ortega. Gonsolin faces the Cubs lineup for a third time. Here's one of the areas where it's another one of those categories where it is just absurdly, almost unthinkably good. Opponents, when seeing Tony Gonsolin for a third time, are 4 for 40.
They are so confused by the time they see him the third time. They have no idea what he's going to throw, and he's still throwing high quality pitches. You get those kind of results when you can throw any pitch at any time. And he's done that more and more with the last 3 or 4 starts where hitters counts. He does not default just to his fastball. He's been able to steal strikes with the curveball, land the changeup, and throw the slider for strikes also.
Ground ball up the middle. Backhand stab Max Muncy for the first out of the 6th. Then a word from Nissan.
This Dodgers broadcast is brought to you by the 2022 Nissan Frontier. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Here's Nico Hoerner. 1 for 2 with a single. Here's one of the guys where coming into the year the Cubs are saying, okay, we're going to find out what we've got this year. Hoerner given a chance to play shortstop every day for the first time. Baez gone. And he's gone from a guy who they liked to somebody they feel pretty convinced is a key component of their future. First round draft pick in 2018 out of Stanford. He debuted the following September. Played in 20 games in 2019. And then the 2020 season happens, and hard to get a ton of experience there. 48 of the 60 games he played in. Last year he was injured much of the year, so he hit .302, but it was only in 44 games. Putting it all together this year. After the Cubs chose not to go after one of the big free agent shortstops, they went and got Simmons to a 1-year contract and let Hoerner play short. Show us what you've got. Hits it to another shortstop. And a nice play by Trey Turner to retire Hoerner. Sixth inning, 2 away. Here's Ian Happ. Another guy's staking claim to be part of their future. Huge finish to last year for Happ. And he's carried that into 2022. Top 10 in the league and on base. Guy who's been streaky throughout his career. There have been flashes of him being really good. Much more consistent. Finally sustaining. not as focused on hitting home runs, hunting power. He's using the whole field, and he's getting on base. On a 1-0 from Gonsolin, he went around 1-1.
Tony's fourth best pitch, the curveball, getting some work done right there, getting the check swing for a strike.
Fastball hit back off Gonsolin. He recovers, and that's the inning. 1-2-3-6 for Tony Gonsolin, and a 4-2 lead for the Dodgers. Is brought to you by Carl's Jr. Sink your teeth into the new Primal menu and Beyond Raptor at Carl's Jr. Feed your happy. And by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. Dodgers 4, Cubs 2 to the bottom of the 6th inning. Who's in, who's out, brought to you by In and Out. So Mark Leiter Jr. goes 5 innings. And into the game comes Scott Effross.
Scott trying to shut the Dodgers down here, only down by 2 because of their home run by Morel. Effross is on 2 days rest and only threw 9 pitches in 2/3 of an inning, so he is well rested and ready to go. He will top out only at about 90 miles an hour with the fastball, but the 2 out pitches, the changeup and the slider, can be very good.
Effross, who debuted last season, got off to a great start this year. His ERA was around 1, about a month and a half in. But last month and a half since that good start, his ERA is around 5. Freddie Freeman to lead off this inning for the Dodgers. 4-2 they lead. He swings and misses at a backdoor breaking pitch, strike 1. Well, the bullpen for the Cubs, one of the biggest reasons they've been playing better lately, winning 8 of their last 12 games, beating some good teams in doing so.
Dodgers swept them in Chicago, but they want to really do a number on them here in LA. You don't want to end up with a record like they have against Pittsburgh, which is one of the weaker teams, right?
High fly ball center field. Morel is there. Thankfully, that ship has sailed. The pirate ship of going 1-5 against them. You already taken the 3 against these Cubs, and you remember, Earl, back to around this time last year, the Cubs no-hit the Dodgers here. The Dodgers have beaten them 6 consecutive meetings since then.
The Dodgers are always tough here at home. Great support from the fan base. Unbelievable vibe that we hear about from the opposing teams and how tough it is to play here. Just an environment they're not used to compared to all their other places they play because of this great fan base and the noise they make and how into the game they are.
Brandon Hughes is up now, joining Rucker. Will Smith 0 for 2, looking for his first hit since the weekend against the Padres. It's going to be an uncomfortable at bat on a righty.
Any of those sidewinders, it takes you a little while to 2-3 pitches, sometimes in an at bat, and that's why it's best that these guys end up being relievers, because in short looks they can be really hard to pick up. You don't see a lot of starters with odd arm angles unless they have just tremendous stuff, and I can't really remember a starter that gets below, you know, looking like their sidearm. That side-to-side movement and that release point, all of a sudden hitters can start to get used to.
You get Smith swinging, 2 gone. A lot of times you end up like this because you couldn't cut it traditionally, right? You go to this as kind of like a last-ditch thing, and if you've reached that point, you're probably also in the bullpen by then.
If you love the game and you still want to try, and your ERA is above 4.5, 5, and your conventional high 3/4, And the pitching coach goes, you know, we should try something else because the momentum is kind of to release you. And I know you don't want that. And I think we might have a shot at giving some steam to this career if we change your arm angle a little bit. Other than that, you might lose your opportunity here.
Muncy, happy to have Leiter out of the game. Struck out both times against him.
When I was a pitching coach for the Rangers, had that conversation with R.A. Dickey about you need to become a full-time knuckleball pitcher because it's not working when you just use it occasionally. R.A. took it to heart. He got lessons from Tom Candiotti and Charlie Huff and did a lot of research on perfecting it so he could throw it every pitch, and ended up putting Clayton Kershaw in second in the Cy Young vote. The only one that Clayton would have won consecutively if R.A. wouldn't have snuck in there for 1 year.
That will always be one of those years that'll be a good trivia question. Who won that Cy Young? And then you look and you see, oh my goodness, R.A. Dickey won Cy Young. He beat Kershaw.
Yeah.
Well, for Efros, this all started when he was in Double-A. Couldn't really gain traction as a reliever there. And the Cubs actually suggested that he give it a try. Muncy turns it around, fly to center, but caught by Morel. Through 6 innings in L.A. Dodgers in front 4-2. Lexus dealers. Tony Gonsolin doing it again. Just the home run to Christopher Morel, but he is again very efficient, about 13 pitches per inning. And he's into the 7th with a 4-2 lead.
That is only the second home run he has given up on that pitch in 2 seasons.
Seiya Suzuki leads off and takes ball 1. Alex Vesia getting loose. Cubs have a lefty due up 3rd in this inning. 2-0. Fourth game off of the injured list for Suzuki. He's grounded to 3rd and he's lined to right. 2 homers and 4 batted in his first few games back. On a 3-0 pitch, a fly ball to Mookie Betts. Well in the 7th.
Down by 2, 3-0, and if you give him the green light, that's fine. But that looked like ball 4. It's not the correct keyhole. That keyhole was a little too big.
Dodgers 4, Cubs 2, top of the 7th. One former Gale against another here. Patrick Wisdom was at St. Mary's before Tony Gonsolin. He was drafted out of there by the Cardinals in 2012. He's behind a fastball.
Tony showing a little frustration with his lack of command tonight. Not completely locked in, but getting the job done.
Phil Bickford has replaced Alex Vesia down there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I like it when a pitcher has frustration about his command, but then doesn't shy away from his fastball. And Tony came right back after falling behind 3-0 and just poured that fastball right in there.
And then a slider.
That was a sharp one. I know it ended up a ball, but got the strike because of the swing, but it was pretty solid. Some late break.
Gonsolin to Wisdom with a 1-2. Fouls back a high fastball.
He's gone from the younger Tony Gonsolin that in those counts and kind of frustrated to picking his way through it to I'm frustrated here. Try and hit it. Picky to aggressive.
Fastball slammed to center field. Bellinger back. He's got it. 2 out.
Put the defense to work. Challenge him. Not bad. Fastball way. Make him hit it to the biggest part of the ballpark. Not enough to get it out of there. And boy, do I have a good center fielder.
First baseman Alfonso Rivas.
Well, that's part of trusting your stuff enough to attack the zone, isn't it? Trusting the guys behind you.
And being committed and convicted to the pitch, like not trying to baby it in there and like I hope I do well. He's like, here, go for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Strike 1 on Rivas.
A purr before, now it's a growl.
Yeah.
That was good.
Thanks, buddy. Or were you complimenting yourself?
No, it's complimenting you.
Oh,
I was with you.
0-1. Strike 2. 95 from Tony Gonsolin. You know, Tony in his last start, a career low 91.8 on average. And so it's been encouraging to watch 94, 95 hit the radar gun tonight. The 0-2. Banged into the ground in short right field. Gavin Lux fades away and gets him. 1-2-3 7th inning for Tony Gonsolin, likely finishing off his night, and we stretch in a 4-2 game. Moment. Few to choose from in this game. We'll go with one of the 3 home runs. Justin Turner. Half his home runs have come on this homestand. That was his 4th one of the homestand. His 8th one this year. Came in the 4th inning. Here he is to lead off the 7th. Tony Gonsolin, 7 innings, just the home run to Morel. In position to match Justin Verlander with his 11th win. 1 ball, no strikes. Scott Effross stays in. Gonsolin would be 11-0 to Verlander's 11-3. Could be your starting pitching matchup in the All-Star game, those two. Turner to left. And a sliding play by Ian Happ.
Justin line to right in the 2nd inning in his first at bat. Now he does the same thing, but the good thing is the trajectory and how he's hitting it is still the same.
Just that one hitter for Effross with the left-handed batting Cody Bellinger coming up. David Ross makes a change. By Jack in the Box. Introducing the new $5.99 double bacon cheesy jack combo at Jack in the Box. Order on the Jack app today. And by the SoCal BMW Centers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Dodgers 4, Cubs 2, bottom of the 7th. One away as Cody Bellinger comes up and Brandon Hughes, a left-hander, comes in. Strike 1.
3-pitch guy, but to a lefty like Cody who will only throw the fastball and slider. Back-to-back games for him for the 5th time.
Hughes, the rookie, has actually been a lot better against right-handed hitters. He's going to get a lefty here. Brusdar Graterol beginning to loosen after the 7 innings from Tony Gonsolin. You know, the Catman didn't own a cat of his own until last year.
They were all his mom's.
Correct.
And there was a lot of them.
Correct.
Like in the teens.
You don't become the cat man if your mom has a cat.
It's true.
But if there is a whole gaggle of cats running around, you can be the cat man. And then Tony last year injures his shoulder and he gets bored and he says, I think it's time I get a couple of my own. Thompson gets hit. And the inning kept alive. So he did two things when he was bored with a shoulder injury last year. He built a gaming computer from scratch, taught himself with YouTube videos, and then he went and bought Tigger and Blue. Got himself a couple cats, got him there. He said, now what do I do?
He's taking his toys now and going home.
He built him a 5-foot cat tree. I'd never heard of cat trees, and then Tony told me he built one, and I looked it up, and it's a thing.
Oh yeah, they got carpet on them, so the cats can crawl on.
Yeah. I can't say I've gone deep on the
cat tree research.
No, but that's believable. 1-0 on Lux.
He's 11-0. You might want to go a little deeper on your cat tree.
On cat trees.
Cat tree research, just so you got more stories about Tony. I rudely interrupted you. Go ahead.
No. I'm out of cat tree stuff.
Well, what was the next subject?
Gavin Lux likes cats too.
I just got corrected from the second row that he's only 10-0, but I've already posted the win, so no power in the jinx.
2-1 on Lux. Gavin, who has one of the 3 Dodger home runs in this game, fouls this one off, and it's 2-2.
Those fans behind home plate, they forget sometimes that there's a screen there protecting them.
Caleb Ferguson getting ready to go for what would be his return. Strike 3. That's a sick punch out from the young umpire Jose Navas, by the way.
Come to Dodger Stadium tomorrow and stay for Friday Night Fireworks presented by California Pizza Kitchen. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions or scan the QR code on your screen now.
I would counter that Friday Night Fireworks with like 2000s music. I might want that more than 80s music. Am I off on that? 90s music. I know that 80s is tomorrow, but I'm just playing devil's advocate on this.
I second that statement, guys.
Right.
I'm here for the early 2000s, 90s
Love
night.
it.
That's what we want.
Love it.
What do you guys got against the 80s? What's going on
Nothing.
here?
It's just not as good as the 90s and 2000s.
Well, okay. Well, that's your
It was a great decade.
Okay.
My parents decided to have me then. There's Brusdar Graterol. Wasn't listening to much music then, though. Yan Gomes to lead off the 8th. Chops the first one from Graterol to Muncy. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Ground balls to Max Muncy make me smile now. He has just put in so much work. He is so sure-handed. The throws, the anticipation of what he wants to do with it. Become a very good defender. I don't know how he rates out, but I can tell you the eye test is way better.
Here is Morel, who knocked in the 2 Cubs runs with a homer. 100 from Graterol. Whoa. 1-1.
You hit the changeup for a home run, and then you get 2 at 100. They're going to see if you can hit the opposite. He is fun to watch, even on a check swing.
Yeah. This is his home run, number 9 of the year for Morel.
3-2 count, low and in. Tony just trying to get a solid strike with some movement. He got both, but Morel got the ball.
Uh-oh, Nathan Lucero, the trainer, is coming out to look at Gradwell.
Don't know what it is. If it's lower body, you worry about them favoring that, and then it goes up your body and hurts your arm. If it's your arm, you worry about that immediately. But any soreness, tenderness, anywhere in the lever system, you just always feel like, well, he's got something. He's thinking maybe the ribs are a little tight.
We never like to speculate on injuries, but Max Muncy said to Dave Roberts, cramp. You know, just cramping up there. Whatever it is, it's enough where he's going to leave the game.
If there's a place on the Dodger roster that has been attacked by injuries the most, it is the bullpen.
Situation, personality more well equipped to come in cold like this, and he had been warming a little bit, but it sat down. They say, Phil, we need you now, and he makes his way onto the field with a smile on his face and gets loose.
Well, another guy who has stepped up the ladder as far as leverage is concerned. Everyone is concerned right now for Bruce Starr and wondering how his ribs are going to feel. And with Phil Bickford on the mound, very comfortable that he can get the job done.
While Phil warms up the Nissan calendar, this homestand's kind of gone fast, huh? I feel like we just got here.
When they're winning, it does go fast, doesn't it?
It's going to be Tyler Anderson for the Dodgers tomorrow, 9-1 with a 3.09. Keegan Thompson, 7-3 with a 3.41 for the Cubs. He, at this point, headlining that rotation, which the injury issues they've dealt with, it is incredible. We talk about the Dodger bullpen and a lot of their key pieces down and the starting rotation, starters down, but the entire Cubs rotation from the start of the year is on the IL. Dodgers lead this game 4-2. All 6 runs have scored on home runs. For the Dodgers, Betts, Lux, and Justin Turner. For the Cubs, the guy at the plate here, Christopher Morel, who's got a 2-1 count to Bickford and Harris. And Gildy up right by him, 2-2. Fantastic rookie year for Morel. There has been more swing and miss. There has been more chase as this year's gone on. Swung and missed at the first one. Watches the second like a house by the side of the road. Bickford comes in, flames a couple fastballs in there, and gets a strikeout.
One of his only 2-pitch, 2-strike strikeouts ever.
Yeah.
Brewster got him the first strike. He inherited it. He gets credit for the strikeout.
Cubs looking for their first base runners since the Morel homer back in the 5th inning. 10 in a row retired. Started when Simmons grounded back to the mound to finish off the 5th. He takes ball 1 here. Now, Phil had retired 11 batters in a row before giving up the home run in his last outing on Tuesday. He's got a good life.
Different kind of adrenaline you come out of the bullpen with when you all of a sudden are thrust into duty that was kind of unexpected.
One and 2.
Doing what every manager loves. When that bullpen gate opens and you come through it, throw strikes.
Guy that Dave Roberts already loves as much as anybody. The 1-2 fouled back outside of his own family. Dave loves his family, and then Phil Bickford.
He's an easy guy to love out there. The reliever will take the ball in any situation. He doesn't gripe, as he does really well, that all of a sudden he's not being moved up the ladder. He's just, I'll take it and be happy with whenever you need me, Skip.
His 1-2 is outside, and it's 2-2. Phil's going to turn 27 years old on Sunday. On for Gratterall here in the 8th. Count goes full on Simmons. Top of the order, and Rafael Ortega next. Three-2. Bounce to Muncy. Easy hop. Good work, Phil Bickford, coming in cold, ramping up and getting both hitters that he faces. Just be sure to stick around. Tune in for Access Sportsnet Dodgers. Tim Everett, Jerry Hairston, and Dontrelle Willis. Dodgers looking for their 8th win out of their last 9, looking to make it 13 out of their last 17. This is Michael Rucker, who comes in for the Cubs. Top of the order for the Dodgers.
Rucker is looking to keep the Dodgers from getting some tack-on runs. You can throw it into the mid-90s, so you better get ready for a big-time fastball.
Ball 1 on bats. Craig Kimbrell last night, 5 pitches to go 1-2-3 in the 9th inning. He's ready to rock.
2 pitches, 2 outs last night. I don't know what happened with that third hitter. It took him 3 pitches.
Right. Yeah. Waged a marathon. Betts started this game with a homer. It's 19th to lead the team. On a 2-0. Takes strike 2 and 1. Hey, by the way, sure is good that he's still in the game, because his last time up he got hit on the hand or the wrist and was in a bunch of pain. Thomas Elbert, the trainer, looked at him for a minute.
It was scary. The ball just kind of chased him in there, the tailing action. He got out of the way in time, but it just kept coming in.
Fly ball center field. Morel going back. Mookie Betts, second of the game. And 20th of 2022.
If you haven't gone to MLB.com/vote, go now and vote. And while you're there, Vogt Turner. 2 home runs tonight. Some serious backspin to the deepest part of the park. Mookie Betts' hand is just fine.
April 22nd, May 24th, July 7th. 2 home run games, 3 of them for Mookie Betts, who is the all-time leader in 3 home run games. He and the Dodgers hope he doesn't get a chance at a 3rd home run tonight.
Not unless it's this inning.
Yeah. They can go crazy here. Had to do it. 4 for the team tonight. It's 1-2 on Trey Turner. We were talking about it early on tonight, Earl. They've not been walking like they were early on this year. Certainly haven't been hitting with runners in scoring position like they were. So they've relied more on the home run. And lately, those home runs have been there for them.
They have been very streaky with the long ball lately, and it has been really good. As strong as the starting pitching has been, as solid as the bullpen has been, the offense has come through with the long ball.
Chopper, corner, back. Well, for the Cubs in the 9th inning, they'll have the top of the order due up. Ortega, Horner, and Happ. Mookie going and giving a hug to Austin Barnes. It's a ball on Freeman. We've heard Mookie talk about how his outlook has kind of changed. He's being easier on himself, not taking an 0 for 4 home with him. Look at these two. That's adorable. And maybe it's just because he's killing it. He's got 20 home runs. But doesn't he just look like a different dude? I mean, not the play, just watching him walk around, watching him in the dugout, watching him interact with his teammates. You can see that he has allowed the weight of the world to lift.
I think it is very easy to see.
Number 16.
I can remember him hitting home runs in years past and coming back and still kind of grinding and kind of visualizing the swing and the pitch and how can I repeat it. And you could just see him kind of grinding on the moment, not letting himself enjoy what he just did. And he's letting himself he's loving on himself after hitting it like that now.
Yeah, you're right. There was the look of kind of the gears always going.
Yeah.
He's letting himself live. And that was even during some of the great stretches.
Some personality types take that fun-loving spirit after doing something good as not humble and kind of a little over the top. And I think he's let himself say, you know what, it's okay to enjoy it and enjoy it with my teammates. It's not a lack of humility. It's just, hey, we're having fun doing well.
One-two to Will Smith is swatted foul. That's with 2, Lux with 1, Justin Turner with 1 in this game. The night after they eked out a 2-1 win, getting a run on a wild pitch, getting a run on a fielder's choice. Riding the homers tonight. Still 1-0 San Diego after 8 innings against the Giants. Padres have issued a statement that Jurickson Profar is headed to the local hospital, and they'll continue to pass along information. If it happened to just tune in, Profar in a collision took a knee to the head and collapsed as he was walking off of the field. On 2-2, Smith watches ball 3.
It's been a consistent theme when the scoreboard reads like this for the Dodgers. When they allow 3 or fewer, they are 40-8. When they score 4 or more, they are 44-8. We're in the middle of a good equation right now.
On the 8th pitch of the at-bat, Smith bangs a base hit into center field. His first hit this week keeps the 8th inning going.
High fastball, which he knows how to handle, and he stays on top of it, doesn't pop it up, keeps the barrel above the ball and swats it into center.
Muncy struck out his first 2 times, lined to center his last time.
Staying aggressive. 0 for 3, but seeing a fastball that he likes on the first pitch. Forget being completely disciplined. Be ready to hit right from the get-go.
Ready again. Fly to left center field. Happ and Morel. It's Ian Happ to put it away and end the inning. Second Mookie Betts home run of the game, 20th of the year, and after 8 innings at Dodger Stadium. LA 5, Chicago 2 to the 9th for Kimbrel. Tonight, Dodgers with 4 home runs. Betts hit 2, Lux hit 1, Turner hit 1. 9th inning now, and Craig Kimbrel, who needed just 5 pitches to go 1-2-3 in the top of the 9th last night, setting the stage for the Dodger walk-off win. Out there looking for a save.
Dodgers always in a good position when you start to hear Craig's music, and it is good to see him back out there after taking that line drive in the San Diego series, taking a day off, but getting back in there. And always good when you're going to go back-to-back days to have a good low pitch count the night before. So I'm sure he is feeling very good still.
Facing his old team here. Cubs traded him to the White Sox midway through last season. And Kimbrel, prior to that trade, had been one of the best relievers in the National League. 0.49 ERA for him. Struggled after the trade to the White Sox. But the Cubs' last memories of him are good ones. That included him finishing off the combined no-hitter in this ballpark June 24th last year. Top of the order, Rafael Ortega, strike 1. Cubs got Kimbrel in 2019. Remember, he signed mid-season and struggled with the unconventional start to that season. 2020 only 15 innings before he found it again last year. 33-year-old 8-time All-Star in his 13th year with his 6th team. Acquired in a trade during spring training for A.J. Pollock. Two and 1 on Ortega. Kirsten?
Yeah, guys, so we have an update on Brusdar Graterol. He left the game with right side soreness.
Okay. Bullpen already. No Trinan, no Hudson, no Canely. We hope that it's a minor thing with Brusdar. On a 2-1 pitch, Ortega swings and misses. Count evens 2-2. Both strikes coming on high fastballs.
Left-handers have been Craig's Achilles heel so far this year. They've hit with a lot of luck. a 500 average his BABIP against lefties during the season. So they are finding some holes.
Good thing about one like that is there is no chance it stays that way.
No, not even close.
Those numbers can be somewhat predictive when they're that high, or conversely too low. Tends to regress, those numbers. Ortega leading off the ninth against Kimbrel. And taking strike 3.
Strikeout right here. Just to give you some comparisons on balls put in play that are left-handed and they're hitting 500 off of Craig. The big league average is 280. And he's way above big league average stuff.
5th strikeout of the game for the Dodgers. 5 more and talk to you tomorrow.
You can't accumulate those strikeouts. They have to happen in one game.
Yeah, that's right. Nico Hoerner got a first pitch fastball, popped it into foul ground. Freeman, not quite enough room.
Giving himself as much a chance as possible. Get some leather. Who knows if the ball hit the screening above before it deflects off his glove.
So Hoerner, who is 1 for 3 in this game, still live with an 0-1 pitch coming from Kimbrel. Nice. 0-2.
Confident with the fastball, just going right after him. 3-run lead, feeling very good with the life coming out of his arm.
One in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth, and in the 8th for the Dodgers. Cubs got their 2 in the 5th. Another 0-2 from Kimbrel. Back-to-back strikeouts to open the 9th. Jose Navas giving Kimbrel a little bit of help there. And the Cubs are down to their last out.
You've got something to gripe about there, but 3 runs down on the edge with 2 strikes. Old school, they say protect, but yeah, it probably was a ball, but he got called a strike.
Dodgers up 3. Ian Happ to the plate with the bases empty and 2 out. Wow. Twists him into the ground with a back foot breaker.
Think fastball until it starts breaking. Oh, that's not good.
Cruel.
Yeah. You saw how long that ball went straight before it bent hard left.
Cruel and unusual. 0-1 from Kimbrel is a little bit high. Might have had a slight umpire's balk there.
They all don't even out, but they have at least on fastballs called for strikes or balls in the last 3 pitches.
Here's Kimbrel's 1-1. 1-2. Tyler Anderson for the Dodgers tomorrow. Keegan Thompson for the Cubs. Kimbrel a strike away from making Tony Gonsolin 11-0. 2-2 pitch. Into center field. That's down and a base hit for Happ. Second one of the game for Ian Happ. Cubs not dead yet.
Fastball near the middle with some life. Gets in on his hands a little bit. Just doesn't hit it hard enough to get it all the way to Bellinger.
Seiya Suzuki now. There goes Happ. He'll take second. Cubs desperate to get Patrick Wisdom to the plate. Their home run leader, 17 this season. Waits on deck. If they can get him up there, he'd represent the tying run. Speaking of tying runs, Giants just scored one in the 9th inning against Taylor Rogers. So it's 1-1 in the 9th in San Diego. Brandon Crawford just off of the injured list for the game tying hit. On 0-1 Suzuki fouls it into the glove. 0-2. Kimbrel again a strike away. His 0-2 pitch. Now a 1-2. It's a good take by Suzuki. Count evens up. Two balls and two strikes. Kimbrel to Suzuki. Count goes full. Patrick Wisdom on deck, the tying run. 3-2 pitch from Craig Kimbrel. There'll be another.
Nobody in the Cubs starting lineup with double figures in home runs except for Wisdom. 17 of them on deck.
Five pitches last night. 22nd of this 9th inning. Is another 3-2. Fly to right. Here comes Betts. Still coming. Mookie can't get it. Suzuki to second. Wisdom to the plate. He of the 17 home runs comes up representing the tying run. Mookie Betts, if healthy, probably lays out. He's still kind of feeling his way through how to handle situations like this with that hip not, or that rib not fully healed.
Well, you can see he is not fully extended. It's kind of a semi-dive, semi-slide onto his thigh. And you're so right, Joe. It's not cutting down on his speed, but it's cutting down on his range about a foot or two, and that's how much he misses that one by. And this just got a lot tighter than it feels like it should have.
How big does Betts' home run look now? His second one, the insurance one. Came in the Bottom of the 8th inning to make it 5-2. It's 5-3 now. And Patrick Wisdom, who has homered against Kimbrel in his one meeting against him. Patrick Wisdom came up in late May last year for the Cubs. He's hit 45 home runs in 2 years. Ball one. The 7th run that has scored against the Dodgers in the 9th inning over the last 5 games. It's been smooth sailing. And the 9th inning rolls around, and no matter who it's been a bit of an adventure. The 1-0. Wisdom fouls it off. 1-1.
That was a really good pitch, low and away, making beat to the opposite field, especially when you know in a 1-0 count, you're probably going to throw fastball, and they're probably guessing fastball. To hit it out of the park, putting it in a good spot is huge.
The 1-1 pitch. Look out, ball 2. After Wisdom, Alfonso Rivas.
Only 3 home runs and 3 doubles on the year on deck. So you don't want to give in to this guy, even if you end up letting him stand at first base.
Two 1. 2-2.
Another well-located fastball. The first good one was outside. That one was running up and in.
And it looks like if Kimbrel can't finish the job here, it may be Vesia for the left-handed batting Rivas. Third consecutive hitter he's gotten to 2 strikes on. Happ single, Suzuki double. Now Wisdom fouls it again.
The 2-strike fastball was the best one to hit. That one was right down the middle. Will Smith sitting down the middle in 2 strikes because they want to challenge him, but also because Kimbrel's spray pattern is more that the ball's going to leak to one corner or the other. It didn't there.
Fouled again. Oh, it looked like a bit of a novelty last night with a 5-pitch inning. Now looks like a necessity, and that it was 5 pitches, because he is digging deep here. 29th coming. Tying run at the plate. 2 out. 9th inning. Another 2-2 pitch. Overthrows it, and the count goes full. Up to third goes Suzuki. And if it does get to Rivas, it is almost a certainty that it'll be Vesia.
The runner at third doesn't matter. The game is at the plate and in the on-deck circle.
30 pitches, a new season high for Craig Kimbrel. Struck out the first 2 hitters of the inning. Happ single, Suzuki double. A full count on Patrick Wisdom. Kimbrel throws.
He got another one to hit. Fouled it back.
We've seen 97 and 98 in this inning. That one was 93-7 as he reaches a new season high for pitches in an inning. And he reaches back for the 9th one to Patrick Wisdom. Ball 4. Tying run pitches.
It was a ball.
And so Kimbrel's struggles continue. He's given up a run in more than half his outings over the last 2 months. And this outing is finished. Besides the fact that he's at 31 pitches, Rivas, who's on deck, 1 for 21 against lefties. So Dave Roberts is going to bring on the left-handed throwing Vesia. We'll see if David Ross has a counter move. And Horner, top 2 hitters in the Cubs lineup, both looking. But a single from Ian Happ, double from Seiya Suzuki, and a walk for Patrick Wisdom. All 3 guys that he got the 2 strikes on and just couldn't finish off. And so it's Alex Vesia. And David Ross will counter with the rookie Nelson Velasquez.
Alex has an outstanding fastball, and when he is really locked in, the elevated one, and especially inside, gets a lot of swings and misses. One of the top-rated elevated fastballs from left-handers in the big leagues. So he's also got the slider and the breaking ball, but in this situation right here, whatever's feeling good in his hand and matches the scouting report in this situation, he's going to throw it with all the intensity he's got, and you're going to get to see the emotions on his face, because this guy will let you know how he's feeling.
Tying run at first, go ahead run at the plate. 2 gone in the 9th inning. Such is Dodger baseball these days.
9th inning has brought a lot of drama from the Dodger bullpen.
Now, if you're wondering about Wisdom over there at first representing the tying run, he can run a little bit. Although Vesia's done a great job controlling the running game. He's given up just 3 stolen bases in his career. And it is Mark Pryor out there for a visit with Velasquez introduced. Velasquez, one of the many young players making an impression for the Cubs this year. He came up at the end of May. He's 23 years old from Puerto Rico. And was hitting just .211 in AAA. So it's been a pleasant surprise in what he's done since coming to the majors.
It'd be interesting to see if David Ross sits back and hopes for an extended rally, or does he start Patrick Wisdom and push the envelope? He's kind of playing with a little bit of house money in this rebuild.
So here we go. 2 on, 2 out, and a 2-run game in the 9th. Vesia throws and gets strike 1.
Second highest miss rate for relief pitchers on inside fastballs. That is a pitch that he can go to and goes to often.
Target set in again. Upstairs this time. 1-1. Ball 2. Yan Gomes on deck.
A few boo birds out, but that was a very good pitch that just missed.
It's an anxious manager. It's an anxious crowd. Game that felt as good as finished just a few hitters ago. Pins and needles now. 2-2. Got another fastball by him.
Up an inner half and missed again.
Velasquez not holding anything back. Some big rips. Vesia trying to get Kimball off the hook here.
He can anticipate a fastball, and I think he's going to get a fastball.
Two pitch. Count goes full. Tying run will get a head start.
Anything down the line, anything in the gap, your eyes are going to be on a play at the plate. That is the only thing the Dodger outfielders are thinking about. Look how deep they are.
Fourth straight Cubs hitter where they've been down to their last strike. Alex Vesia facing Nelson Velasquez. Suzuki at third, Wisdom at first. Here comes a 3-2. Strike three called. That's the game. Oh, you knew he wasn't going to be calm about it.
Great job, Alex Vesia. He looks like he just got his 11th win, but it really is Tony Gonsolin.
And the Dodgers moved to 7-1 on the homestand. Back to the end of the road trip, they've won 8 of their last 9. They've won 13 of their last 17. On a night where Mookie Betts hits 2 of the 4 home runs. The Dodgers 5, the Cubs 3. For Orel Hershiser, Kirsten Watson, and the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium, where these teams meet up. Game 2 of a 4-game series tomorrow. Tyler Anderson for the Dodgers, Keegan Thompson for the Cubs. For now, it's XS Sportsnet Dodgers. Stay tuned for Tim, Jerry, and Dontrell.